So I graduated high school in 2008 from Niceville, and I joined the Marine Corps almost immediately. So I graduated in June, and then I left for boot camp in July. I went to Afghanistan twice. And when I got out, my wife wanted to move back home because we're both from here. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And so I got a job offer to work here at Legendary as a boat washer in 2014. So I didn't know anything about boats. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do when I grew up, per se. And I ended up wanting to become a mechanic, and they said I needed some type of formal training, so I went to OTC. I mean, not only was I washing boats when I started here, but I was like the janitor. I was cleaning the bays, taking the trash out, vacuuming the offices. Like I just had to do something. I mean, I had a new baby to support, my wife. Like we had just had, I think my son was 3 months old when I got out. Kind of in the process of when I was going to school there, they transitioned me from washing boats to being a mechanic, and I was there for about a year. And once I graduated OTC Marine, I still wanted to keep going to school because you guys have so many different programs. I said, why not? I'll try some other things too while I'm here. I wanted to be, I guess you could say, well-rounded. So I was a mechanic here, and once I graduated from the Marine program, I decided to go into automotive. And then from there, I went to tech support. So I did tech support, and from there, I felt that I was a career student, so I continued on with cybersecurity. And so on the Legendary side, from mechanic, I was a mechanic for about a year and a half, and then the position for the rigging service writer opened up, which was a bump up for me. So I took that over, and I did that for about 4 years. I kind of took that from nothing and built it up into what it is now. And from there, I became the assistant service manager for about a year. And then when my boss got promoted, this position opened up, and I got afforded the opportunity to kind of take this over. So it's been a journey for sure. Having the technical background really helped out in rigging as a service writer because you have more of an understanding of what your technicians. So as a service writer, you typically have technicians underneath you, and you guide them and instruct them on what to do. So it helped having that technical background because I could explain things better, and I had a better idea of what they were doing, and it was more of like a mentorship thing for me to them. So it was hugely beneficial to at least have an understanding of what I was doing. So the rigging department pretty much handles all new boats to delivery. So we receive the boats off the trucks, we rig the boats, make them ready, add batteries, oil, sea trial, do the pre-delivery inspections, and then they sit on the sales lot until they sell. And then when they sell, we do add-ons like trolling motors, chart plotters, stuff like that. And then when they deliver, we get them ready for delivery too. So there's a lot that goes into it, and it's a huge part to the dealership because it helps the sales department. I was basically like a liaison between sales and service. Obviously, all my teachers were great. I remember all of them well. So like I said, I didn't know a lot about boats going into it. So when I started the Marine program, just kind of getting all that knowledge was really beneficial. And then I had 2 teachers in the Marine program. So I mean, I felt like I got a lot of positive results out of that class. He was great as far as bringing in projects for us to work on and kind of showing us what we needed to do. And I kind of found my favorite thing to work on as far as like electronics and stuff like that. Because I think I rewired like a couple of boats while I was there, so it was fun. And then the automotive side, the same thing. I knew a little bit about cars, but it was just, you know, a little different there. And given the opportunities to take like the ASE tests, and I know the Marine program, they didn't have it when I was there, but I know that they're getting a little more involved with the Yamaha. Our local dealer rep, Jeff Crane, he has been working with them a lot, and I've reached out and said that, you know, I'll help out any way that I can to Jeff and to Mitch, to try and get the program to as best that it can be, because I definitely would like to have more guys coming out of OTC to come work here. I think that would be definitely a feel-good thing. And I've actually got one tech that went to OTC as well too, that works here. So me and him are very fond of the school. So for Marine, I kind of knew about the automotive side, because I'd always kind of grown up working on cars. So that was a pretty easy transition, especially going from Marine, because it's just working on engines at a different angle. So going to automotive was pretty easy. And then I always kind of liked computers. I didn't know a whole lot about them, but so then I kind of gravitated towards tech support, and from there I went into cybersecurity. But I mean, like, just learning how to like build computers and stuff like that. Like, I mean, that I would say the tech support class was probably the hardest for me, because it was intense, and Mr. Herkamp was he was a great teacher, and he definitely helped me out a lot. But I think when I did tech support, we actually had, so it was him and 3 other people, so we had 4 teachers. So we were taking a lot, we were learning a lot in a short time frame, and it was fun. And it's interesting too, because like after I passed that, even when I was in rigging and the assistant service manager, basically any computer problem we had, everybody always came to me, versus going to our actual IT guys, because it was just easier for me to fix it right then and there as opposed to having to wait. So it made it a little more challenging being the new computer guy. So, but it was fun. I was able to kind of take everything I learned there and apply it to, I mean, pretty much anything here. I mean, it's always good to look up. I mean, I don't think I'll ever hit my plateau. I think I just want to keep growing and kind of see where it takes me. I mean, I didn't necessarily see myself here one day. I just kind of kept my nose down and worked hard, and I just, the opportunities will come. I mean, if you give it all you got, then it'll come your way. Say pick something. I mean, there's, like I said, there's so many programs there, and pick something that interests you, and kind of see where it goes from there. I mean, I obviously wanted to start a Marine because I wanted this job here as a technician, but then from there it just kind of grew as like, oh, well, you know, that looks interesting, and then kind of going from program to program, and just kind of taking it all in. I mean, the trade environment as far as like mechanics and welders and all that stuff is such an important job opportunity for anybody. It was fun with the, I mean, I was even bringing things from work to school to get Mitch's help on. So I mean, it was definitely fun to bring stuff from here to there to work on, and then bring stuff from there to here. I didn't go to college. I had no intentions of ever going to college. I was never a great student per se in high school. So you know, I just wanted to kind of join the military and get out of here. But then when I got out, you know, once you become basically an adult and you realize that you're going to have a job at some point. It was great finding OTC and kind of pushing me towards the technical side of it. Because I mean, just looking back at it now, to get where I am today without college is pretty incredible. For anybody that's considering, you know, that feels they can't go to college, like, I mean, it's definitely a great opportunity to have that in our area, to where you could just kind of go and learn a trade that would be beneficial in the future, because I mean it definitely helped me. I mean I love telling people that, you know, I started at the bottom and kind of rose up to the top, because I mean it's beneficial for anybody to kind of know how the bottom works and when you kind of get up into management. So to kind of have all that has been awesome. And I definitely didn't plan on really ever being a assistant service manager or a service manager. It just kind of worked out. I mean, it's, you know, I had planned on just kind of being a tech the rest of my life. And when you work with a company as great as Legendary, certain opportunities obviously present themselves, and as long as you're willing to accept the challenge, they'll give you the opportunities.